Hiya, Cosmic Cat here. Okay, everyone, we are going to do a general reading. This is going to be the significator card for the overall energy. This is the tarot deck that I'll be using, which is the Grateful Dead tarot deck. And this is the Green Witch Oracle deck that I'll be using. I'll probably use some other cards. We'll see. Our decks, we'll play it by ear and see how this goes. And I'm going to leave this open. There were a couple of different things coming up before beginning your reading. I will say that we do have quite a few archangels present here, probably the most that I've ever been aware of and during a reading. So we have Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, Bakpi, yep, I believe Uriel is here as well. And Mary. So I know there's something to do with embracing our feminine side at this time. And we all have, every human being, whether male, female, or any other gender, has a masculine side and a feminine side. So our masculine side is our right side, our left side is our feminine, and they're controlled by the opposite side. So there's that part of us. But there's something to do with emotions and us accepting our emotions at all times, even the ones that are uncomfortable or the ones that we typically deny or hide from or wear the mask with. That's something that keeps coming up. Maybe this is something that resonates for you. This is a general overall collective reading, so please take whatever resonates and leave behind what doesn't. Yeah, and I will just continue. I will start this reading and then we'll go from there as far as what other messages come through. So what does Spirit want us to know? Yeah, there's been a lot of distractions too. So I think that there's something about distractions. A dead end, the dead end. The dead end. And on the bottom we have the kiss. And look at this. XLLX. So we have 40 and 60. So 40 and 60. Actually, I'm going to keep this one too. It seems significant for us at this time. The dead end. What have we reached a dead end on, huh? What is that? Let's see. Let's put this in context. But first, I want to feel this. Hold this up for you. And I want you to allow whatever feelings you feel surface. Whatever they are. Again, this is about embracing our light and dark sides. I literally just said, there's something about acknowledging even the parts of us that we typically don't want to. And what is this dead end about? We can get some more information. But I'm also feeling that some of you are tangled up in a web. Is that sure? Are you sure? Okay, I was thinking more of like a web of your ego, but maybe this is, I heard lies when I said web of, and that's the message I got, a web of lies. So is this your own lies or is this other lies? I'm not sure. And what does it have to do with the moon cycle and you and someone else, the kiss? The kiss. Let's do some more cards to see what we get here. So it's interesting. We have one hand here, and it's immediately like stop, And then down here we have someone holding another hand. The dead end. So you've reached maybe what feels like a dead end, or you're just at the end of the rope now, and it's time to admit what you've been denying. It's time to admit what has been in denial. What has been in denial for you? The dead end, the dark truth. If you think of a dead end, when you get to, if you're driving and you reach a dead end, you think, you know, there's nowhere left to go. There's nowhere left to go. So if you're going through an ego death right now, or a dark night of the soul, this could potentially mean that it's wrapping up soon for you, and it's going to be released soon, so that you will be able to get back to some sort of sense of normalcy. It doesn't mean you'll be the exact same. We know that by the fact of us going into the dark night of the soul or an ego death. And I think that the dead end is, could also be about a boundary. Boundaries, is someone pressing your boundaries, not respecting your boundaries? Are you having, some of you, I believe, yes, you're struggling with some boundaries with someone, of not being respected. You're communicating your boundaries and the space you need, but it's not being respected. What else? So there's definitely more dark than light on this card. So remember, when I first started, it's about balancing your light and your dark, and accepting all of you, even the parts that aren't as appealing or shiny. And even though, like, if you're in a car and you reach a dead end, it looks like a dead end, but many times you can actually park and walk and still make it through. So there's, for some of you, there's something about going beyond what you're told, going beyond what you've always known, or the because I said so kind of mentality. It's like questioning, asking questions to things that you've never really received answers to, or have been shamed for asking. There's something to do with that. Let's get some more information here. Oh, look at this. Eyes of the world. It's going to open your eyes completely. So this is telling me that some of you are going through your very first ego death experience, and you are going to come out completely enlightened with fresh set of eyes and a fresh new perspective. For you deadheads out there, and for those that aren't deadheads, this is Eyes of the World. For the deadheads, you probably already knew that. For those of you that didn't, I recommend listening to this song, Eyes of the World. It's a very beautiful song, and if I wasn't under the weather, I may sing a part for you, but now I'm not going to do that to you right now. But look at this music. You're holding passion. You have these bolts in your hand. You're passionate. It's like you're dancing. There's a scarab beetle down here, which is sacred in the spiritual realm. And there's like leaves representing fall. There's snowflakes, winter. There's the sun and summer and spring. So all of the seasons are here, and this shows a completion of, it's a mastery of a cycle. It's a mastery. You have reached success in this on this particular journey. You have mastered a skill set. You've mastered this dead end. So all of those things that we talked about a moment ago about this dead end whichever path connected with you that you resonated with, this is you coming out successful. Okay, and then we have the Six of Bears, which is the Six of Pentacles, and it's about giving. It's about giving, you being very giving. Um, yeah, you have plenty and you're sharing it with others. And maybe that wasn't in the cards for you before. Maybe you were stubborn, or you felt like you needed to hold on to your things yourself. But now you're starting to, through the ego death, you're opening your eyes, you're getting a different perspective, and it's taking you to this path of like, uh, this means a lot to me. This person means a lot to me. And I'm going to gift this to them because it really suits them, and I'm being guided to do that. So oftentimes, after we go through the spiritual awakening or this path or this journey, and we get a new perspective, we'll do things if we follow our gut, our intuition, the guidance that we're receiving. We will do things like that. We will give things to people that we feel really could benefit from it, or that what Spirit's telling us. I remember I was on a trip somewhere I've never been, and I was gonna buy this stone, this crystal, and I was gonna buy it for me, and I really wanted it really bad, and I didn't have one of these stones, but I instantly got the download. So and so's birthday, my friend's birthday was coming up, and instantly was told, like, buy this for them. Um, and it was the most expensive crystal I'd ever bought, and I did. I set that intention to buy it for them. And I did buy it for them, and I did gift it to them. Now, the old me may have like kept it for myself, or like, oh, they're not going to really appreciate it, or oh, they have, I've seen their house. They have a million stones worth way more than this. And although, like the amount of money was a lot to me, I knew that for my friend, it really wasn't a lot to them. And that's neither good or bad. It's just the difference of our own lifestyles and where we're at on our paths. But that was a moment. That's like what I'm talking about with this. The reason I was told to share that with you is definitely to give you a perspective on what that means for you. So doing something nice that maybe you wouldn't even, that you would only do for yourself, but doing it for someone else. Um, okay, so now we have the Five of Roses, which is the Five of Cups. There's some change coming here, and it's unpredictable change. We don't know what that is, but typically it does lead us to something really, it can really be a positive change for you. I mean, fives can be unpredictable, and it's definitely going to be emotional. So it's very important to okay, I just got a message. Some of you are really connected to the moon. And look, there's a kiss here, the kiss that we have. So time, and time is here. We have this hourglass, which is like some of you are feeling like you're running out of time, or the time um is really sneaking up on you, or going really fast for you. Our times are moving quicker. They are moving faster. Years are going faster, and that is going to continue to happen. So it is the truth, and it is really happening. Um, but you're not going to run out of time. And that is, of course, I completely believe in reincarnation. And I believe, you know, this isn't the end all be all for us. If you do feel that way, that could be why you're having this feeling and emotion. Um, but many of you who even are into tarot and are watching this video right now, that's not what your belief is. And so even though you may be having this feeling because you're older, or you've just got diagnosed with an illness that, your doctor says you have 6 months to live, um, that can be very scary for us, and it's important for us to listen to our doctors. At the same time, it's important for us to also do our own research on what's going on, and also be our best version of ourselves, no matter what stage of life we're in. Um, yeah, okay. I'm just making sure that I'm to share a story with you about a time where um, I was diagnosed with an illness that my doctor told me I would have forever. It's chronic. It's going to change my life. And they were telling me I couldn't eat a lot of fruits and vegetables anymore. And I was devastated, and I was still taking the medicine that I couldn't afford. And I mean, I was in, I was very young, and I already had the 7-day pill box, and it was not only was it full of pills, but I also even had to take some on top of that because when you're taking medications, there's a counteraction that, oh well, now you need this to offset that, and this to offset that, and so forth. And I mean, I'm very homeopathic now. I do still believe in the medical field and industry and the advances that they have come. But with all things, I mean, you want to have discernment for what you're told. And because what I was being told immediately triggered me to do my own research and to find out more about what this meant, and also because, this medication really affected my whole life, the whole thing affected me. I started to ask my doctor questions, and all of a sudden, I was healed. And I don't, so then I didn't even need the medication at all. And then years later, my family doctor told me that that was a misdiagnosis that no one had shared with me. And so for a year, I had went through this tragic, and I'm not saying everyone goes through that at all. I was being guided to share this information with you because it's just on this path of like, just have discernment and still have your faith and hope in you and in spirit, and also in your own intelligence of anything that you go through. It doesn't mean to deny. You're not going to deny it. You're not going to deny things, because when you go through the dark night of the soul or the ego death, it really changes. Like, these are your new eyes. These are your new eyes now. So you have a completely new set of eyes on life altogether, your surroundings, and all of it. But if you get hit with something that's really hard to take, just know that it may not be the end of your world. There's miracles that happen all the time of where doctors tell people they have, 6 months to live. They have 2 months, 2 days, 2 months, 2 weeks, whatever. And they're accurate. There's also times where it's inaccurate, and, miracles happen, and these people go through life changes of like, all of a sudden they're healed. And so I think that was just that was part of the message for you. So let's see. We're going to go take this one and see what we have. And maybe you've been through something like this. Let me know if this resonates, because you too have experienced something of that nature, because I actually haven't ever met anyone personally that's experienced something like this that I had. But I've definitely heard stories of others. Okay, so the serpent's sacred protection. Find safety in there. Find safety. The serpent's sacred protection symbolizes the divine shield that safeguards against harm. It represents the energy that ensures safety and well-being in spiritual and physical realms. Yeah, the kiss of life. The kiss of life. So maybe listen to that Jade song, The Kiss of Life. I just got that while I read this. Yeah, the serpent sacred protection. Know that the serpent is sacred. It is a feminine energy, and it symbolizes like a shield that safeguards against harm, almost like Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael is a great protector with his flaming sword that protects you. Um, yeah, call upon the serpent, sacred protection. Okay. Now let's pull from our Green Witch Tarot deck here. Mugwort. Mugwort. Do you grow this herb? This plant? I want to say that grows in the wild, but I'm actually not sure. I'm going to have to look this up. This is a new deck for me that I'm learning, that I'm getting familiar with. And many herbs I'm very familiar with. And I think mugwort is good for feminine hormones. So if you have, like if you're going through any sort of cycle changes, mugwort is good for you. Okay, let's see. Here's the interpretation. Mugwort shines in the moonlight. The back of its leaves is silver, showing its lunar connection. It lives on the threshold and is associated with dreams thanks to its dreamlike abilities. It is a great purifier and is dedicated to the goddess Artemis, symbolizing intuition and the wildest side of your nature. This card assures you that if you follow your intuition, you cannot go wrong. Wow, what an affirmation. Oh, I love this. Yeah, this is really wonderful. This is saying, you know, you'll survive through this. You'll get through this. And you'll get a different perspective to stay with that. And with this being, being right underneath here of follow your intuition, you cannot go wrong. It may be time to gift someone something. I mean, whether small or large, but something that is special to you. Because really when we share, and it could be a plant or an herb that you share with someone. That could be what it is that you share with someone. Let's pull an animal spirit for you. Let's see. All right, we have the earthworm. You're a hard worker. Hard worker in the ground. Grounded energy. This is grounded energy. So maybe here you weren't so grounded. You're definitely high in a higher dimension in the eyes of the world because you're uplifted. And the six of bears is a grounding energy. So this is the affirmation right here. The earthworm really protects a garden too. So if you don't garden, this is encouraging you to start a little garden this year. Or add mugwort to your garden if you don't have it already. If you do, I think you want to gift some of this mugwort to a friend this year. And let them know what it's for. Let them know, excuse me. Let them know that it's to follow their intuition. That you will not, that everything will be okay if you follow your intuition. So the earthworm is shy, hesitant, reluctant to share inner vision. So why are you hiding out? This is telling you not to be intimidated or lose hope. I was feeling that earlier. That's why I said keep the faith and hope with this card. And it's right underneath of this. So Spirit definitely wants you to keep your faith and be hopeful. Remain hopeful through awe. Yes. And speak up for yourself. Shyness is okay to a degree, but it's important for you to know that you're safe to be yourself. All right? This is the message I have for you today. I hope this resonates. Please like, subscribe, share with a friend, comment below onto where you're at on this path. And which the kiss is. Is this the kiss? Are you, I mean, this, again, right before we go, I'm getting this feeling here of like the time running out, not to settle, don't settle. And this kiss could be you kissing yourself so that you can follow your intuition and on the right path there. So it's interesting, we've got the worm and we've got the snake. So staying grounded when you come into this stage of the eyes is going to be very important for you to have. Celebrate, be joyous, be joyful, grateful, thankful. Maybe set up an altar in your home if you don't have one already, so that you can thank Spirit for helping you and guiding you through it. And call up on your spirit guides. Archangels, they're there to help you, but you do have to call up on them to get help. Okay? This is the reading I have for you. Have a cosmic day and tonight, meow.